so make noise for Kevin. Come on out. We've got the rest of the band that you joined up here shortly.
Bring in Mr. Mullet.
How's it going, everybody? Good to be back. I went to LU in 1986. And many of you might know, we didn't make it through 1987 because we were contracted by Forefront Records and we began an album called DC Talk, DC Talk. For many years, we toured the planet and we had a great time being able to come back here off and on during our career and see Liberty grow. But man, today I was blown away. I could not believe how much this place has grown. So, excited, honored to be back here as Audio Adrenaline, which is bizarre, you know, that I'm in a different band now. But it's amazing. God has been doing a lot of incredible things in our lives. And our story is a story of redemption. A lot of us have been through the road of great success and then great failure. So we kind of live both sides of the coin. And one of our big things as a band is the fact that God meets you in the valley, and we're excited to kind of bring this message of being the rock and roll band for the misfits, for the people that are having a rough time in life, for the people that are in the valleys. We also, Audio Adrenaline gives back to the orphans in Haiti. We have an organization called Hands and Feet Project. How many of you guys have seen the Kings and Queens video? Anybody? Yeah, those kids are the actual kids from the orphanage in Port-au-Prince, and Savadier. And we're going back after the K-Love cruise this year to visit them again and possibly do another video. We're working on the second album. So I don't know how you're doing this, but if anybody wants to ask me anything awkward, I really...
We got some Twitter questions already.
Oh, Twitter questions. Okay.
Ready. First up, we got from Julie Cherub. You doing that still? There's Julie Cherub. Right there. All right. What has been your most difficult moment as a Christian artist?
My most difficult moment? Probably living with two other guys on a bus for over 10 years. You know?
I'll pray for you.
I mean, it's not like touring with your wife, you know what I mean? You know, women smell better, women take care of themselves, better conversationalists. It's literally a floating campground if you come on our bus. I mean, we stay up until 5 in the morning, we eat bad food, we watch bad TV, and it's just horrible, you know what I mean? So when I get home, it's a wonderful break to be around my wife and my kids, and just have a clean living scenario. So, yeah, being on the bus, sweaty, funky sock smells, it's difficult.
Kick him out.
Next up, we've got from John 82. He wants to know, what was the transition like from DC Talk to Audio Adrenaline?
Wow. So the transition from DC Talk to Audio Adrenaline was a huge transition for me because DC Talk kind of stopped doing music in 2001, 2002. And from then on, I did solo music for quite some time. And I did a lot of things. I've been in some films. I did some off-Broadway. Wrote a few books, did a few solo albums, got married, had 4 kids, and here I am back again in a rock band that were friends of ours. I mean, DC Talk, the very beginning of our career, we were touring through Kentucky, and we met these guys called A180, and we were like, man, this band sounds really cool. We want to give them to Forefront Records and see if Forefront would be interested in them. And sure enough, Forefront loved them. They loved the first album at all except for one song called Big House, and they were going to throw it off the album. And Toby and I talked to them about keeping that song. We thought it might be a big one. Because Toby and I are a lot smarter than any record label, you know. But yeah, it's been a huge honor to be a part of Audio Adrenaline now, Audio Adrenaline 2.0. And like I said, I mean, Will McGinnis is the only original member from that group, but we still believe in the overall theme of Audio Adrenaline, which is the band for the misfits. It's the band for the the people that are having it a little bit more difficult in life. And so our motto is to reach out to the least of these. And so it's not just about orphans too. It's about people on the street. It's about people in your neighborhood that are having a rough time, and we're just trying to connect to those people. So.
All right, here we have from Kip Dunn. What do you miss? Oh, there we go, back there.
Oh, good.
What do you miss the most about your time at LU?
What do I miss the most about my time at LU? Sitting in the dean's office getting in trouble. Honestly, a great thrill of mine. And I created quite a reputation for listening to rock and roll music and being carted off campus in the back of a trunk to stay out later than I should have. And so I was one of those kind of kids that, really try to push the envelope, and I enjoyed it. And the Lord taught me some very humbling things during that time. He let me know that authority and people that are, in places of structure, it's good to listen to them. It helps you grow as a human being. So it took me being thrown out a couple of times to realize God's overall, structure for my life. And but yeah, back then it would have been getting in trouble. And there was a huge rumor that started in Liberty University that I was the son of Rod Stewart. And it all started because I had a bunch of Rod Stewart albums in my I had Rod Stewart, U2, Police, like all these rock bands that you weren't allowed to listen to back then.
That's right.
And a few Christian rock bands too. And somebody found out that I was adopted because I was adopted, and that my father was a musician, which is true. And my father came over from Ireland, so they kind of put Ireland and England together, and then saw the Rod Stewart records, and thought I looked a lot like Rod Stewart, so they were like, oh, he's got to be like Rod Stewart's like illegitimate son, right? Very strange rumor. I don't know how it kept going, but I became quite popular because of that. It's really strange.
How did your time at LU prepare you for regularly being in the public eye, or what prepares you the most for being in the public eye?
I've been on stage ever since I was a little kid. I've been singing ever since I was 4 years old in churches, in schools. I was on a radio program called Uncle Charlie's Bible Hour. I was like 6, and they thought I was really cute because I had the little vibrato when I sang. I still have the little vibrato when I sing. So I was kind of always in front of people, and that was my thing. My heroes. Unlike a lot of the heroes that in my grade school and high school, people were all into sports. My heroes were like, Elvis Presley as a little kid, and then it, went to Bono and Sting and Freddie Mercury and these guys that I wanted to emulate because I thought they wrote the coolest music ever, and they looked cool too. And so I was always kind of wanting to be on stage in one way or the other. I'm kind of an introverted person, though. I'm an introverted person when I'm off the stage. I'm a little bit like, hide in my man cave and write books and poetry, and I'm not really big into like constantly socializing. But God has thrust me into a really interesting job, being an extrovert and having to talk to people like you that look at me and go, oh, who is that guy? What does he have to say? And it's amazing. It's an honor. And not one day goes by that I don't feel blessed for it,
Absolutely. What's your songwriting process like? Is that in your man cave, or is that?
Yeah, songwriting has changed over the years. I mean, when we were in DC Talk, it was 3 guys coming up with ideas. I was the only one in the band that actually played an instrument.
Yeah.
So I came up with a lot of ideas on the piano, and I still do. I write in the piano. I have a piano in my office at home in Nashville, and I write ideas on that piano, and then I'll take them to the guitar players because I'm really a big fan of the guitar. Anybody else here like into?
Yeah!
Wow, only 2 of you really? I guess that is the way music is going, right? It's all about the beat and the keyboard and the dancing and all the weirdness. I'm kind of into just the guitar and a great drummer, and a great bass player. I like simple rock and roll, personally. So, I want to bring that back, rock and roll.
Yeah!
What's wrong with rock and roll and Christian music? It should be back, right? Back in the day, we had Petra, you know? We had Red Band, we had Larry Norman, we had Steve Taylor. You know, now it all sounds the same with a bunch of drum machines. It gets tiring. So we're trying to bring it back. Humbly submitted, trying to bring it back.
Do you have any, I mean, you guys have toured a lot, whether it's with Easy Talk, Solo, Audio Adrenaline. Is there any like dream artists or bands that you've always wanted to tour with, you know, on the docket?
Yeah, I mean, I think a tour of Audio Adrenaline, Newsboys, and Toby Mac would be really interesting. I think if we kicked off that tour with 3 shows in a row here in Lynchburg, that might be pretty cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Personally, beyond that, I would say a dream gig would be opening for U2, or opening for Muse, or maybe Beyonce. I don't know. I don't know what you guys like, but I'm just being honest. I'm more of the U2, Muse, Killers kind of guy. But it seems like everybody's into the whole Beyonce, Justin Timberwolf thing, which I'm not. I don't personally get the whole Bieber thing. I don't get either. So. You know, I'm a 46-year-old dude that likes rock and roll.
You guys excited to see Audio Adrenaline on the stage tonight?
Thank you, you too. Thank you, guys. That's what we're rocking for.
Bring back the mullet.
Any questions?
What's your favorite color?
Black.